My name is Oivia Streep, and I used to believe that fear had rules. I believed it needed a reason, a sound, a shadow, a clear threat. I don't believe that anymore. I was 24 when I started working the night shift at a small roadside hotel just off Route 18. The building wasn't part of any chain. It stood alone beside a dark stretch of highway surrounded by trees that seemed too dense and too quiet after midnight. The hotel had 3 floors and 38 rooms. At night, I was the only employee inside. From 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., it was just me, the hum of fluorescent lights, and the glow of 6 security monitors mounted behind the front desk. Most nights was slow, a late traveler, a tired truck driver, sometimes no one at all. That Tuesday felt normal. By 11:40 p.m., only 6 rooms were occupied. The lobby was empty. The parking lot lights cast long, pale reflections on the asphalt. I remember checking the 3rd floor hallway camera out of habit. Room 307 was empty. The entire floor was empty. At 11:47 p.m., the front door buzzer rang. The sound echoed sharply in the quiet lobby. I looked at the monitor, showing the entrance camera. A man stood outside. Tall, black hoodie, baseball cap pulled low. His face was partly hidden in shadow, but I could see his eyes clearly. He wasn't looking around. He was looking directly at the camera. I unlocked the door. He stepped inside slowly and walked straight to the desk without glancing at anything else. "Do you have a room?" he asked. His voice was calm, almost flat. "Yes," I said. "For one night?" "Yes." He didn't blink much while I typed. I asked for ID. He handed it over. The name registered in my mind briefly, but now I can't remember it. It feels like my memory refuses to hold it. I assigned him room 307 on the 3rd floor. "That'll be $92, I said. He placed exact cash on the counter, even the coins. When I handed him the key card, his fingers brushed mine. Then they lingered. His skin felt cold. "3rd floor," he said quietly. "It's quiet up there, right?" "Yes," I replied automatically. He held eye contact for a moment too long, then walked toward the elevator. I watched on the camera as he entered and the doors closed. Something about the interaction stayed with me, a small pressure in my chest. At 12:20 a.m., I did a routine camera sweep. Parking lot empty, stairwell empty, 3rd floor, hallway empty, room 307, door closed. I opened the keycard entry log for 307, no entries. That meant the door had not been opened. I frowned and rewound the elevator footage. He clearly exited on the 3rd floor, but the system showed no door access. I told myself the software was old. At 1:03 a.m., I heard footsteps above me. Slow, measured, step, pause, step. I opened the 3rd floor camera. The hallway was empty, but through the faint audio feed, I heard something else. A scraping sound, like fingernails dragging lightly along the wall. Scrape, scrape, then silence. I felt cold suddenly. At 1:41 a.m., the front desk phone rang. Caller ID, room 307. My stomach tightened. I answered. "Front desk, this is Oivia." Silence, then breathing, slow, controlled. "Sir?" I asked carefully. A whisper came through. "Why did you give me this room?" My fingers tightened on the receiver. "Is there a problem?" I asked. "You knew," he whispered. "Knew what?" "You didn't check the closet." The line went dead. I stared at the phone. My pulse thudded in my ears. I immediately checked the entry log again. Still, no record of 307 being opened. At 2:09 a.m., the elevator dinged. The doors opened. He stood inside, completely still. But he wasn't looking at me. He was staring at the wall behind the front desk. He stepped out slowly. "I want to change rooms," he said. "Why?" I asked. "There's someone in 307. My throat felt dry. "That room is empty," I said. "You didn't check the closet," he repeated. I grabbed the master key and went upstairs. The hallway lights flickered faintly when I stepped out of the elevator. Room 307 was at the end. The corridor felt longer than usual. When I reached the door, the keycard reader was red, locked. I scanned the master key. Green. The door opened. The room was dark. I turned on the lights. Bed untouched. Bathroom empty. No luggage. I turned toward the closet. The door was slightly open. I hesitated. My heart pounded loudly. I stepped forward and pulled the closet door open. Empty hangers. Nothing else. Relief rushed through me. Then I saw them. Scratch marks. Long, vertical lines carved into the inside wall, deep enough to cut through paint. They looked fresh. I backed out of the room and locked it. When I returned to the lobby, he was gone. Not in the parking lot. Not in the stairwell. Not in the elevator. Nowhere. At 2:37 a.m., I heard a knock from beneath the front desk. One knock. Pause. Two knocks. My entire body went cold. I slowly leaned down to look underneath. Nothing there. Just darkness. When I looked back at the security monitor, I froze. Third floor hallway. He was standing in front of room 307, looking directly into the camera, smiling. The feed flickered. When it cleared, the hallway was empty again. At 3:04 a.m., the phone rang. Room 307. I let it go to voicemail. At 3:22 a.m., the elevator dinged again. Empty, doors open, no one inside. My breathing felt shallow. I checked the system logs. Room 307 was not listed as occupied. The cash transaction was gone, completely erased. I rewound the lobby camera to 11:47 p.m. The buzzer never rang. The door never opened. On the footage, I stood up, walked to the door, unlocked it, held it open as if someone had entered. Then I returned to the desk and spoke for nearly 3 minutes to empty space. I felt dizzy. At 3:45 a.m., I called the police. They searched the building. Room 307 was empty. The scratch marks were real, but there was no sign of forced entry, no extra person. When they reviewed the CCTV footage, one officer asked gently, "Miss Streep, were you expecting someone?" Because the footage showed me alone, unlocking the door for no one, handing a key card to empty air, holding my hand out as if someone touched it, talking, smiling nervously, nodding, alone. I quit that morning. 3 weeks later, I received a voicemail from an unknown number. Just breathing. Then a whisper. "Third floor is quiet, right?" I changed my number. 2 months passed. Then I received an email. No sender, no subject. Inside was a single image, a photo of a hallway, the same patterned carpet as the hotel's third floor. And at the end, room 307, the door, slightly open, and inside the darkness, 2 pale hands resting on the floor, as if someone was slowly crawling out. I deleted it. But sometimes when my apartment is silent at night, I hear faint scraping inside the walls, slow, measured, like fingernails dragging downward. And sometimes, very softly, I hear a knock from beneath my bed. 1 knock. Pause. 2 knocks. And I always remember what he said. "You didn't check the closet." And I never look under the bed, 'cause I'm afraid that this time I might finally see him.